All right, well, hopefully everybody can hear me now. And thank you to everybody who was sending out messages saying that the audio is down. That was a frantic first period for cameraman extraordinaire George and myself. But we got it done, thanks to the help of some people. Oh my, George, yeah, exhale. Let's start all over again, okay, folks? Because I did a whole introduction, all for nothing, it appears. So, to recap, day one, game one of the MacDonald Cup between the Langley Thunder. Yeah, we got our thumbs up, folks. Okay, so North Shore versus Langley on day one of the MacDonald Cup. This tournament named after the late great Fraser MacDonald, the longtime Junior B commissioner. And for anybody who missed any of the action or watched the action but was, stressed out by the audio as we were as well. 3-2, North Shore leads through 20 minutes of action. And leading in the shots category as well, Owen Joseph, the starting goaltender for the North Shore Indians, going up against Declan Morrison. And with that, we are back underway. Period number 2 in the Abbotsford Rec Center. Langley trying to tie things up. So they'll look to the perimeter and try for their first set of this period number 2. Dancing around from the perimeter. Good defense, though, by Nick Krozik. Shots did get through, and Owen Joseph will take it off his shoulder and down to his stick. Quick pass all the way up the floor. It takes a bounce and ricochets behind the goal. Declan Morrison had a thought about reaching out with his stick, but unable to corral it. Nice pass through the middle and off the midsection of Morrison. Rebound in front. North Shore keeping after it on a two-man forecheck, and they keep it alive. Looking to double up on their lead. Logan Bobb will sidestep his way to some space, uses the screen to roll underneath. Good job to protect his stick, trying to feed a cutter, and Morrison has it fall into his stick. Now he'll look up and send a long bomb forward, and nice reception just over the center line. Toe drag underneath and a drive downhill, but Langley still facilitating their change. Now they'll settle things down. It's Grayson Pynchon. Room from distance, but shot goes off a leg and into the corner. Pynchon finds it, has to get a shot off. He will off the post and in! What a goal from Pynchon! Almost no angle at all, but finds stick side past Owen Joseph, and the Thunder have tied the game at 3. There is a reason why Grayson Pynchon put up 30 goals through the regular season and then another 13 through the playoffs. And that pinpoint accuracy is exactly why. About a minute 40 in. Langley has drawn things back to even. It's a loose ball. Will trickle deep into the Langley zone, and they'll collect and look ahead. Nathan Clark kept his feet moving, got over the center line with Just about a second to spare. Now he'll slow things down and look to change. Screen is set on the far side, but the ball is knocked loose. Now North Shore will try to collect. There was a reset called, so I believe North Shore technically has possession. The 8-second count is on. Another turnover, though. Langley will collect in a fresh 30 already in the offensive zone. They might have just given it away, though. A pass that was towards Hamilton. He wasn't suspecting it. And ends up dropping his stick. North Shore gets away from danger. Relatively unscathed, and some scrambly play underway in the early stages of this middle frame. Now through the middle, but in and out of the stick of the intended target, being Patrick Seward. Kept after it, found it in the corner. Now under 10 seconds to shoot. Bamford tried to put it down to the crease. Morrison will take a stab at the loose ball. Shot goes off the outside of his leg. North Shore can collect. They'll get a reset. Bobbles towards their bench, and now they will settle. Bordeaux, flip pass through, got off, and Morrison makes a save in tight. Volcan will collect and slow. He sees a lane that he likes, but he's cut off. The rest of his teammates are just entering the offensive zone now. Pinchin, the latest goal scorer, backs through on a spin move shot sent wide of the goal. St. Joseph leaning over to his right. Doesn't end up having to make a save, and North Shore will start from their own side of center. Drums are back underway in the Abbotsford Rec Center, showing support for this North Shore Indians club. Bamford passed through a backhander. Not on target. Bamford gets the rebound off the end boards, has room to shoot. He'll put it off a body. It'll bounce back towards center. No back over call. North Shore at the last second able to dump it all the way down. So just to reiterate from the first period, because again, the audio didn't go through. Officials this morning: Reed Watson, Adam Donald, Ethan Hansen, and Tyler Boyer. Is Pinchin puts it down below the goal line. Now back over top. 12 remain on the shot clock. Looking for a target through. They'll go back to the outside. Shot clock goes down to 5. Sent over top of the goal. Just about 15 minutes remaining in this middle frame. Still tied 3-3. North Shore will be blown in and sprint over the center line. They'll facilitate the remainder of their change. Bill Blackhorn takes a peek to his bench. Connects with Bryson Gus. Fakes the pass through the middle. Gus still with it. Now Mike Baker. He makes a nice move. One hand tucked through. Ends up on the far side, and a shot around the screen is saved by Morrison. Quick sprint ahead. Langley had a man up the play, but didn't connect with him. Now they'll hit Pinchin. There's a man streaking off the bench towards the crease, but Pinchin decides against that pass. It was a good breakout by Isaac Hudson, but if you just looked up, Grayson Pinchin was all alone and could have had a one-on-one chance against Joseph. Langley still with it, looking 5-hole. Joseph keeps his stick down. Now he'll lob one ahead. The track meet's starting to open up here in Abbotsford. Pass to the crease, wide open, was a man, and he scores! Patrick Seward puts North Shore back in front. A defensive breakdown by the Thunder, and there was a wide open man in Seward all alone on the crease. Looking for the all-important Game 1 win on day 1 of the MacDonald Cup. The Junior B Tier 2 Western Invitational. These two local clubs will get underway here. And All 8 teams, I believe, are going to be playing today. So next up is going to be Kootenay versus Prince Albert, followed up by an island matchup, Oceanside versus Saanich. And day 1 will be wrapped up with the West Shore Bears taking on the hosts, the Valley Sturgeon. Here's Pinchin. Here's some footsteps behind him. Looks like he's always a threat to drive. Instead, he'll dish to the outside. The pass across was deflected. Now a chance the other way for North Shore on a break off the outside of the post. And back towards the center line. If North Shore can grab this, there's no back over call. Langley, however, had it for a moment, batted ahead. Now North Shore takes it back and will go back on the run themselves. Landry takes a peek back to his bench, exhausted after that sprint, but he's going to stay and play in this offensive shift. Swing pass across, finds Baker through the middle, too hot to handle, ends up in the corner. Landry with it, was pinned for a moment, thought about the drive, he'll flip in front to Baker, just missed him. Now a huge hit just outside the dotted line, and North Shore gets a fresh 30 as a result. Langley hemmed in their zone right now. Screen is set, shot is off, and a shoulder save by Morrison. It'll go out of play, so North Shore will again retain possession. They've had these Langley defenders out for quite some time. This is their 3rd reset, I believe. Morrison makes a save, taking it into his stick. And as long as Langley can clear, their defenders will finally be able to change. Pass all the way ahead from Morrison was out of the reach of his intended target. Looking for Nobauer, and North Shore will be going up against some fresher legs of the Thunder, but momentum definitely in their favor, leading 4-3 with just under 12 minutes remaining. One-time shot, stopped by Morrison. North Shore gets another reset. No-look pass goes across the crease. Bordeaux tries to spin on his man, decides against it. Now back to the lefty, shot around a screen, wide of the goal. Elijah has it. Gets the screen up high, hands are free, he'll shoot off a body. High off the glass, stays in play though. Now just 4 seconds left on the shot clock, trying for the one-timer, and Morrison just got across. Shooter didn't get everything on it, but Morrison still has to make a save. Now Langley looking for a fast break chance, but unable to collect it off the pass, and North Shore again will take it over center quickly. Langley seems to be scrambling a little bit right now. This Langley Thunder team found themselves in the provincial final just a handful of days ago. After a 13-4-1 regular season. They did also fall in the league finals to Coquitlam. And then as they went through their provincial matchups, they actually beat Saanich in the provincial semifinals, and then were forced into a rematch against them in the provincial finals and fell on their second chance. Speaking of second chances, Nick Krozik in transition puts it off the left leg of Morrison. Rebound falls in front. Langley trying to collect in their defensive zone, having a hard time with it though as Mason Hamilton finally gets over center. He's tiptoeing that center line. Got to be careful of the back over call. One hand on his stick. He'll dish towards the bench and head off. Bouncer that got deflected. Grayson Pinchin knocks it down. He wants to change though. Late change for the Thunder. Fresh legs off the bench. Now dished out to the crease, but on his wrong side was Madden Nobauer. Joseph makes the save. Langley gets the reset. Nobauer was open for a moment on the far side. Dish to the perimeter. Shot from distance and a shoulder save by Joseph. That'll go out of play. Langley gets a much needed reset on the offensive zone here. They've been hemmed in their defensive zone for much of this period and still trail by one. But a chance to tie things up once again. Joseph makes another save. Rebound, and the shot goes off the post. Looked like a blind shot around a defender before Joseph was set. But bailed out by the goaltender's best friend, and Langley gets another reset. Tables turning here a little bit. Maybe some tired legs on the defensive end for North Shore all of a sudden. Dish through, scores! Madden Nobauer had a couple of chances on this latest Langley set. Finally, pass gets through to him, and able to beat Joseph in tight. Back to square one once again. Shots heavily favor North Shore though, 27-16. Almost a 2-1 margin here in period 2 with 8:56 remaining. Thunder will win the ensuing faceoff and re-enter the offensive zone. Nathan Clark dishes to Grayson Pinchin. Defender was heading towards him, and now a good stick check by Krozik. Knocks it free for a moment, but Pinchin has it again. Krozik forcing him to the outside for most of this. There was a reset at one point there, not entirely sure why. Now Langley does get their shot off, and the correct reset is made. Fresh 30. Pinchin from the crease. Sees a lane through. He'll shoot high off the shoulder of Joseph. Rebound to the outside. Langley with it again. Nice move around the first check, and they'll decide to slow it down. On the shot clock. Drive towards the crease. Krozik again forces his man into a tough angle. Pinch in. Shot around a defender. Hit another body before it got through. Ends up in the near side corner. Shot clock winds down to 5. Langley's got to get something towards the goal. But falling down to the concrete was Lucas McDermott before he could shoot. North Shore's been in their defensive end for the last 3 or 4 minutes. They'll welcome an offensive chance here now. Getting some fresh legs back onto the floor. Halfway through their shot clock by the time they get set. Seward still with it. Doesn't see a man open. Now on the far side, there's a tuck through, 5 to shoot. And it'll whistle wide. North Shore on a last second chance will throw it towards the goal with 7 minutes remaining in period number 2. Langley will quickly exit their defensive end. Clark dishes near the restraining line. Save made by Joseph. One and done set for Langley as the rebound is collected. North Shore called on the rare handball. Just a mental mistake on morning number 1 of the MacDonald Cup. Langley looking for the lead. Dish in, another huge hit. And the Langley forward is down and in some discomfort in the North Shore crease. So I believe it's Madden Nobauer who scored the latest Langley goal, and he was blown up down low as he tried to shoot and is struggling back to his feet, but got up thanks to the help of some trainer, or a trainer. No penalty on the play. It will remain 5-on-5. And it looks like Nobauer is going to go down the tunnel and get checked out here. So for the time being, Langley down a man. North Shore will look to reclaim their lead with A little over 6 minutes remaining in the second. Langley has closed the shot difference a little bit, but still favors North Shore as Bamford is the hopeful recipient of a one-time feed, but couldn't get it on the mark, and interference will go against Langley. Fresh 30 for the home team. Bordeaux dishes back across to the righties. Bamford with it. Screen is set. Can't find the shooting lane. He'll try the drive. A twister saved by Morrison. Got his left shoulder up just in time. Now Langley with the stretch pass ahead, but the pass was behind and too low for Finn Harpiak to collect. He'll pressure on the forecheck, however. Still a possession up for grabs if they can collect. Krozik was knocked down, able to get back to his feet and go ahead. He's had a couple of transition opportunities in this game already. One of the assistant captains for this North Shore squad. Logan Bobb. Dishes towards a leaping Mike Baker, who's out of his reach. Now a fake backhand in front. Morrison makes the save. Logan Bobb showing off his hands. Now a pickoff in the corner, sent wide. Oh, they're going to say it was on the mark because North Shore gets the reset, so Morrison makes the stop. Now a shovel feed, or at least an attempted one, towards the corner. Bryson Gus attempted it, turns into a transition chance the other way for Langley. Sent wide of the goal this time, most certainly, and out of play. Marcus Schmidt, he'll turn on the Jets, but unable to get it on the mark with 4:35 left in the second. Morrison makes another stick save in tight. This time denying Bryson Gus. Langley wants to go ahead quickly. A stick save at the other end as well by Joseph. Both teams trading chances. Now off the bench and into the play, a flip pass down to the near side crease. Bamford will slow things down just in front of the North Shore bench. Back to the righties to go to work. Bamford. Screen is set up high. He'll dish to the righties. Bobbled pass. Kept after, though. It's swatted down, and Langley will collect. Over the center line, they will go. Harpiak takes a peek towards his bench. Gets the pass off and finishes the late change. Arbuthnot not the late man to come in. Pinchin will drive, and Joseph makes the save. Rebound is there in front, and now it looks like Grayson Pinchin is down and in some discomfort. Langley bench is not pleased here. As Madden Nobauer has just made his way back onto the Langley bench, as Grayson Pinchin is making his way there as well, but we'll see if he has to go down to the tunnel for some repairs. Certainly looks shaken up. And Pinchin is going to go get some ongoing discussions with his training staff. But again, no call on the play. I actually don't believe we've seen a power play yet in this game, George. One? Was it in the first period? Was it when I was yeah, okay. That explains it. Langley earns possession off another face-off win. Late in the period. Trying to grab the lead here. Krozik did a good job to tie up his man behind the play. Now Langley fighting themselves a little bit here as the ball went loose in front of their bench. And back over is going to be the call as Hamilton just stepped on the line. And North Shore is going to just get their wholesale change finished. Another close call. Krozik did a good job to avoid the center line this time around. Game clock goes down under 3 minutes. Long pass ahead, out of the reach of Bamford. It'll be a turnover, and Hudson turns on the Jets but runs into a body. Now he swims and runs into another slide, takes another hit and lost his stick as a result. North Shore asserting their dominance on the physical side of things, causing another turnover on the defensive end. Pass missed the target, but North Shore still able to keep it alive. 15 on the shot clock. Bamford backing his way down, now spins over top. He'll shoot around a screen, and it hits Morrison directly in the mask. Signals to the official that he's all right. So he shakes it off, and now Langley will try to reward their goaltender with a fast break chance. Pass through is on the money. Joseph makes the save off a defender and almost trickles over the goal line. Close call after a good chance at the other end. 95 seconds remain in the second period. North Shore looking to reclaim their lead that they held earlier in this frame. It's Mike Baker, dishes to the crease, a backhand shot. Just wide of the outside post. Langley with it again, and they'll look for that stretch pass, but again, it was just too low for the intended target. I believe that's Harpiak up in the play. Still no sign of Grayson Pynchon on the Langley bench after he was shaken up a few moments earlier. Langley's got to get something towards the goal here. They will at the last second, but it's blocked by Nick Krozik, who knocked his man down as well. 41 seconds now left on the clock. Krozik gets around thanks to his screen. About an 11-second or so difference, maybe 10 and a half between the shot clock and game clock. Bamford dishes through the middle, and that might have hit a piece of the crossbar. Rebound falls in front. Does North Shore want to call a timeout? Yes, they do. Bamford emphatically towards the official. And Langley likely going to pull their goaltender here and go 6-on-5, holding for the last possession. Good time here, George, to fit in an ad read that I was unable to do in the first period, so why not? This is MacDonald Cup, sponsored by the City of Abbotsford. Thriving local sports community, George, from world-class parks and recreation to vibrant events and welcoming neighborhoods. Abbotsford is the place to live, work, and play. Learn more at abbotsford.ca. Thank you to the City of, thumbs up to the City of Abbotsford, of course. Hosting the MacDonald Cup. I should sort of say the Valley Sturgeon hosting the MacDonald Cup, but of course in the Abbotsford Rec Center. Beautiful facility here, George, I will say. First time being here. If anybody watching from home decides they want to come out and watch some Junior B Tier 2 lacrosse here at some point this week. We're going to be here until Sunday afternoon. But for now, we're going to be here for about the next 18 seconds, 15.8, I should say, before the end of this period. North Shore, a chance to go up by one in the dying seconds of the middle frame. Empty net. Everybody going to get a touch on the far side. Now a fake pass to the near. Gus gets around his man, dishes here, and Morrison makes the save. There's an empty net towards the other end, and Langley fires it wide. They had a chance, but neither team can take the lead. As we remain tied up through 40 minutes of action. One period remains in regulation, and when we return, we will bring you all of that third period action in just a few moments. Thanks for joining us here on BC Sports TV at the MacDonald Cup. Welcome back inside the Abbotsford Rec Center. Brought to you by Sapphire Creative. Serving the Fraser Valley since 1997, Sapphire Creative delivers bold, custom marketing solutions that make your brand shine. From vehicle wraps to branded apparel to eye-catching design and promotional products, let's help them help your business stand out and grow. Learn more at sapphirecreative.com. Well, 4-4 this score is on Game 1, Day 1 of the MacDonald Cup between the North Shore Indians and the Langley Thunder. Langley with a goal midway through that period to draw things back to even. Both teams really had a chance late to be able to take the advantage and go up 5-4. It was Langley with the last, or check that, it was North Shore with the last second opportunity. Drawing up a play with the shot that eventually went wide of the goal. Langley with a chance to go towards the empty net, but missed by oh so close of a margin. There's a look at the Langley Thunder crease. It'll be manned by Declan Morrison. I mentioned him earlier in the game. I went out and grabbed some stats from his regular season, and the reason why, I guess I shouldn't be shocked by his stats based on this reason, but Langley only had one registered goalie according to their rosters online. So I believe Declan Morrison, just ate the entirety of their minutes this season and really helped them find their way into the league finals and eventually the provincial finals as well. Unfortunately for them, just ending up as the runners-up in both categories, but a 12-4-1 record individually for Morrison. A goals against average of 6.96 and an .851 save percentage. That's the number that stands out the most to me. If not this number here, George. 12 assists through the regular season for Declan Morrison. Which, you can tell through the first two periods of this game with how often he likes that long bomb, looking for a transition opportunity initiated by his goaltender's stick. Now Nick Krozik off the rebound from the end boards. He'll clear center and take a look towards his bench. First man streaking in will be Patrick Seward with a goal in this game. He'll start off the possession below the goal line. Back to the outside, Baker, and quickly now to the near. Logan Bob dishes to the left, eases a man open through the middle. They connect, and Morrison just caught a piece of it. Might have hit the post as well. Regardless, North Shore keeps possession alive. Baker, hands always ready to shoot, even from out there. He'll twist one inside, but in and out of the stick of Logan Bob. And then the possession is bobbled by Langley, so North Shore will just get their offense right back on. Mike Baker connects with Bob. Now underneath, Bryson Gus gets over top of the screen, dishes through, and a body is sent down. That's going to be an interference call against Langley. And again, looking down at the Thunder bench, and I still don't see Grayson Pynchon. Unless he's stuck out for a defensive shift right now, which, just looking through, he is not. So he went down about midway through the second period after a heavy collision and has not returned to the game, it looks like. Now Langley finally able to escape. Dropped the ball, though, and North Shore is going to go back. Bryson Gus caused the turnover. He stayed with his man on a forechecking effort the entire way. And now it looks like he wants to stay for this offensive shift again. North Shore, they'll go to that hidden ball trick pretty often. That's the third one in this game already. Does not fool these Langley defenders. Shot and a kick save. Rebound in front, another one by Morrison. It was an unfortunate bounce off the official down low, but Morrison bails everybody out with two back-to-back saves. Now the head flew off the stick of the Langley passer. Wisely just drops the shaft. Otherwise, that would have been a penalty. Now, Langley's only got 4 forwards on the floor right now. There was a late change, so they'll send a defender out the back gate. Thunder able to clear. The loose stick is knocked towards the Langley bench. Halfway through the shot clock. Splitting through a double team and a shot short side wide of the goal of Owen Joseph, who's been strong here in this game as well, but quite a bit less busy, stopping 20 shots, or 20 shots so far. Now a penalty coming up to Nick Krozik. MSA Ford is your trusted source for new and pre-owned vehicles for over 74 years. They're also the official vehicle supplier of the MacDonald Cup. Whether you're hitting the road for work, play, or a game day, MSA Ford will get you there in style. Visit msaford.com today. So Langley will work it around the perimeter. Have to imagine Pynchon would be on this top unit power play if he were available, but some adjustments being made by the Thunder. So that shot whistles wide of the goal and cleanly back over center. That'll give possession to North Shore. And an unfortunate break for them as well, because Nick Krozik would typically be on this penalty killing unit. So he'll watch on from the sin bin as we speak. His team with possession as they go to work. So too will the Drums in attendance here at the Abbotsford Rec Center. Elijah on his wrong side. He'll dish back to the proper. A shot from distance and a right toe save by Morrison. Power play of the Thunder can go back to work halfway through their power play. Full count is going to run point here as the lefties will get the first touch. Shot clock is almost all the way through. Full count will fire, hit a body, and goes back towards the center line. No back over, but the Thunder have to get it towards the goal. They'll try at the last second. The shot clock will expire. Now just 40 seconds remaining in the penalty to Krozik. Now standing in the penalty box. Even if Langley can get possession back, they'll have some pretty limited time to work with. Logan Bob just killing some clock right now by the restraining line. Now he'll drive, switches hands, spins through to the middle, protecting the stick, runs into a triple team and sends it wide on a hope and a prayer. Just 11 seconds until Krozik can rejoin the action. And we'll go back to 5-on-5, unsuccessful with the man advantage. We're the Langley Thunder. Nobauer swings across to the righties. It goes off a stick, ends up loose in the corner. Berkey opened the scoring in this game. Play is still alive from distance, off the post, off the back of Joseph. And as he spins, so too will the ball as it goes to the corner. And Krozik out of the box and up into the play. He'll clear center. Takes a peek back towards his bench, dishing over to Seward. Up top, Bryson Gus. Late man joining is Mike Baker. ISO play potentially as everybody clears out. Rather, the ball will go back to the lefties. Shot sails wide, high out of the reach of Gus and into the North Shore bench. Everybody able to change. Langley will start from their own defensive end. Colcown will slow down the play. Lefty's gonna go to work first. Defended well by North Shore. The middle of the floor is tough to get through. They do get the pass off though, and Joseph leaping, gets his left shoulder up. Forechecking effort now of the Thunder. North Shore's gotta be quick. They only got a couple of seconds to get over. They do just in time, and a heavy screen is set. That's gonna be an interference call. North Shore doesn't like it. They'll say their feet were planted, and now another penalty coming up to the home team. Morrison to the bench. Extra attacker is on. It's Berkey gliding his way in. Check that, it was a late change. Now Carter McGregor comes off the bench. Berkey still with possession though. Down low. Shot saved by the stick of Joseph. Rebounds up for grabs and North Shore will collect. Drawing a whistle. Holding will be the call. So Brody Colcown will again run point. Everybody getting a touch around the outside. Nobauer skips back up top. Now to the far side. Shot got through. Rebound towards an empty net and goes off the far side foot of Joseph. There was plenty of room to shoot at for Nobauer, but didn't get everything onto it. And Joseph made the save on the rest of it. Remains 4-4 with 12:19 left in the third period. Pinned in the corner right now. Possession will go back to Langley. Still lots of time to work with on their man advantage. Now it's Langley's chance to try the hidden ball trick. Didn't fool these penalty killers, and then the pass was bobbled. Berkey from the corner. Back to the point, Colcown. Tries to drag his man, couldn't fire it through, it'll be blocked. Now in his second chance, he does get it off, and Joseph takes it into his midsection. Fresh 30 and 45 seconds left on their power play. Shots still favor North Shore, 37-28. Berkey with a heavy one, stopped by Joseph. He's now up to 24 saves, a shorthanded chance, they score! Landry goes the length of the floor himself and fires stick side on Morrison. North Shore has reclaimed the lead. It'll remain 5-on-4, and if Langley can get a quick face-off win, they'll still have an opportunity on the man advantage. But the special teams battle here is favoring North Shore after that shorthanded goal by Draben Landry. Ball is just jammed right now underneath the North Shore player taking the draw, Chase Baker. So Langley gets possession back. They have 13 seconds now on their power play. They want a quick chance. Shot around a screen and another stick save by Joseph. Pass ahead to a streaking defender, Tyler Zink. Good job to chase it down. We're back to 5-on-5. Jack Bamford. A heavy release. He'll pass in front instead, and Morrison makes the glove stop stick side. Ball is knocked loose, and stick of the North Shore forward is knocked out of his hands. Patrick Seward, and possession is going to be blown down and sent back to North Shore. A little over 10 minutes remaining in regulation. North Shore leading 5-4 after their shorthanded goal by Landry. Now Bamford puts it into the midsection of Morrison. That turns into a transition chance the other way. But Isaac Hudson will slow it down. Under 10 seconds remaining. Shot scores! Short side! Somehow found the corner. Brody Colcown has had plenty of chances in this game, and This one goes low, just past the foot of Owen Joseph. A seeing eye shot, and Langley ties the game finally. More success 5-on-5 than what they've had as of late on the power play. Now drawing things back to even and back to the face-off dot they will go. Scramble plays, the ball is loose, knocked back towards the center line. Langley able to recover. Here's the latest goal scorer. Colcown with it. Kept to the outside, dishes to the righties. He'll get the return feed now, 10 to shoot, fake shot. Tucks underneath, one hand on his stick, a sharp angle bid that missed. He took a slash to the hands just as he tried to release, and a shot clock violation will be called. Bamford will try to give his team the lead. Shot sent wide around some bodies, back towards Bamford. Good job to chase it down and keep it alive. North Shore given the reset. Bamford dishes in front. Ball is loose. North Shore able to retain. Bamford with it again. He'll pass back to the outside to Bryson Gus. Around the corner, return to Bamford. He'll shoot around a screen again. This time it goes past the goal. As does that one on a twister, and looked like favoring his left side a little bit was Logan Bobb as he'll jog towards the bench. Having a quick word with his coaching staff, but looks like he's going to be all right. And Langley gets the free clear with 8 minutes remaining in regulation. Colcown with it. Sidestepping to the corner, dish across, and a shoveler, and a great save by Joseph. Rebound in front, and he makes another stop with his stick. Two glorious opportunities for the Thunder, but unable to beat Owen Joseph. Now a 2-on-1 the other way. They go in on Morrison, who returns the favor with a save of his own. These goaltenders going save for save right now. Nathan Clark clears the center line. Colcown backpedals away. Dishes to the righties to go to work on a spin move through a double team. Joseph makes another stop. Fresh 30 for the Thunder. Berkey drives through, one hand on his stick, he'll score! A highlight reel goal for the Thunder to go in front by one with 7:03 remaining. Second of the game for Tate Berkey. Dropped down to one hand and just muscles one through Joseph. Prettiest goal we've seen today, that's for sure. Now North Shore in a bit of an unfamiliar position, trailing in this game, and this time it's late as Langley gets another face-off win, and we'll go back to work offensively. Berkey with the one-handed finish is back out for another offensive set. So he'll float off ball on the far side. 13 left on the shot clock. Here's Berkey. Dish up top. Nice move on a toe drag, but defended well. Shot around everybody, just missed. Time Langley unsuccessful on getting anything towards the goal, and North Shore almost gave it away. Shoveler in front, one-timer wide as well, and a crease violation. Clock goes down to 6:05. Not time to panic yet, but North Shore certainly has to be aware of the clock as they go on. Another stretch pass ahead and another 2-on-1 for North Shore, and a great save by Morrison, keeping his team ahead right now. Morrison this time will send it ahead. Deep into the corner, the Thunder will start off. 12 to shoot when Berkey fires off the mark. Rebound collected, however, off the end boards. Now Colquhoun puts it off a shin and wide off the end boards all the way down. North Shore is going to get a free clear with a little over 5 minutes left. Skipped across everybody. Now back down to the crease. Return over to the lefties. A nice spin move by Seward. Tries to drop his shoulder. He'll spin one more time on a bit of a blind bouncer into the stick of Morrison. Now he'll dish ahead in and out of the stick of his intended target. I believe it was Mitchell Evanson. Now North Shore with a chance the other way onto his wrong side, but still shooting, and off the shoulder of Morrison was Bryson Gus. He's shown off his hands a few times in this game for the North Shore captain. But Morrison stands tall. Berkey, 5 to shoot. Pass a little bit low for what Colquhoun would have wanted, and he dropped it due to a stick check. Takes a couple of slashes into his hand. He'll head towards the bench, grimacing. And he's actually going to go straight down to the trainer. So already without Grayson Pynchon, Brody Colquhoun will now get some attention. 3:50 left in regulation. Pass behind the goal. Bamford thinking about the dunk. He's going to try it and puts it off the outside of the goal. See how Langley wants to play this. But they likely want to continue to eat away at this clock. Shot and a rebound, shot and a rebound, shot and a rebound, I'm sure is the game plan here. But an insurance marker would be huge. Dish across is on the mark. Shot is not, however, hit a defender in front. Forechecking effort slows down North Shore, but they gotta wheel it over center, and they will. Savion Atchison doing the legwork, now taking a peek towards his bench. Game clock goes down to 3 minutes. North Shore still trailing by 1. After the late and beautiful goal by Tate Berkey. 5 seconds on the shot clock. North Shore ends up behind the goal. They'll try to shovel one in front, and Berkey makes the last second save. Check that, Morrison keeping his stick down. Now 2:40 left in the third. And looks like Langley's just going to give it away. Pass across that was once again too low. If there's been one flaw to this Thunder team, that would likely be it. Just a little shaky on the passes across, especially in transition, but we just saw one, a relatively easy one. And I mean, right on cue, there's another, an unforced error, a pass that was back towards the center line with a target near. And ends up giving it back to North Shore. Might this be something that rears its ugly head a little bit in terms of turnovers at the hands of the Langley Thunder. Bamford puts it down to the crease. 15 to shoot. Return feed to Bamford, has to leap to knock it down. He wants a screen set. He'll get it. Drive around the next man. It's Bamford in alone, and Morrison keeps his shoulder up. And Bamford runs through the crease. He's frustrated. He knows how great of a chance that was to tie things up. Now under 2 minutes remaining. North Shore with a good press, but Langley gets free. 1:45 left in regulation. Shots now 44-39, still favoring North Shore. Arbuthnot with it. 10 to shoot. Gets the pressure of Krozik. Forces him behind the goal. Under 95 seconds left in regulation here. Langley will just drop in the corner. Krozik again drops his shoulder, gets into the offensive zone. Nearing pulled goalie territory here for the North Shore as Joseph is just hanging out just outside of his crease. Goes around a screen and a kick stop by Morrison. Rebound to the corner. Both teams battling for it. North Shore has it right now. But there's two Thunder players in digging as well. Pass down low. Morrison makes a huge stop. Maybe a game saver. And the Thunder call timeout just as they get possession back. Declan Morrison. I mean, George, I don't have any picks at MVPs here. But if you're asking me, Declan Morrison has been outstanding through this game, especially in this third period where it's mattered most. And that save, as big as any you've seen from him in this game. One-on-one with the shooter in tight. And able to keep his team in front as Langley getting some instruction from their coaching staff as we speak. Liam Talifer, Kyle Brunch, Logan Heels, and Noah Kazevnikov. So we then take a peek over towards the North Shore bench as well. And Heath Bordeaux, Nick Krozik, Guit Sky, Pete Sky. It's been a chess match this game, that's for sure. And the Langley Thunder just 44.9 seconds away from checkmate on day one of the MacDonald Cup. It's going to start deep in their defensive zone. And a good job to get over center. Arbuthnot pushed into the sideboards. He dropped the ball. Krozik is digging for it for North Shore. And now they're going to call timeout just as they collect possession. 28.3 seconds now left on the clock. So Joseph is likely going to come to the bench as Langley was able to get over the center line but just unable to retain possession. They started to get it in deep to the corner, but this is a very physical North Shore defense. I mean, and offense, I should say, as well. But especially going back to the first period, North Shore throwing some booming bodies around. And that plays a factor here as they cause a turnover and are able to call timeout. And we'll see how Langley wants to play this defensively. It's all but guaranteed to be a 6-on-5 set. You get a look at four of the defenders at least, having a discussion with Declan Morrison. There is one trailing up near center, and it's Nathan Clark. So he's going to try to slow down this relatively easy break for North Shore. Now Clark is going to retreat back. Don't think he realized it was 6-on-5, so he's going to go back and do a zone. And North Shore clears the center line. 23 seconds on the clock. To the point they'll go. 16 seconds left. The pass is bobbled to the corner. North Shore captain is pinned along the glass. He still has it. Now 9 seconds left. Dish to the near side. Pass through the middle is on. Bamford puts it in, and he'll be denied by Morrison. He wants a chance at the empty net, but the win is going to be secured. The Langley Thunder able to come back and win this 6-5 after a late goal by Tate Berkey, and a beautiful one at that. What an opener here at the MacDonald Cup. as the Langley Thunder will start off this tournament 1-0. North Shore will look to day number 2 for their first win of the tournament. As we'll step aside here momentarily, I believe there's some MVPs to be handed out. So I'll turn it over to the PA announcer in just a moment. But reminder, if you want some more MacDonald Cup action, this is the place you're going to want to be. 1 p.m. is the scheduled start time for the next matchup between West Kootenay and Prince Albert. And we're going to bring you all of that action here for free on BC Sports TV, hopefully with less technical difficulties, George. I think that took about 10 years off of my life at least, which would put me in the 40-ish range. And I don't quite like that number yet. Thanks, George. All right, that's going to do it for now. Again, 1 p.m. the start time of the next game between West Kootenay and Prince Albert. 6-5 is your final score in game number 1 as the Langley Thunder start off the MacDonald Cup 1-0.